everyone. Welcome to the After Hours Chat. And we have an interesting question today that I'm going to pass it on to my friend Geeta in just a moment. But, you know, earlier tonight, we were talking about friendships and what girlfriends mean to you and what do you like? What are the qualities that you like in a girlfriend? And we talked about that earlier on the chat in my group. And I thought this was a really good segue to your question, Geeta. She loves to do her research and she loves to bring interesting questions to our group. So we've assigned her as the After Hours connoisseur of questions tonight.
Yay!
Woo! Okay, Geeta, what's the question? Tell us.
Well, ladies, welcome to the chat. And so the question actually is very interesting. Do you have a 4 a.m. friends? Not necessarily 4 a.m. Could be.
We're talking about fuck buddies here?
No.
Oh. That's a very different friend.
She's back now
friends with benefits.
Let her finish. Hold on.
Sorry.
At 4 a.m., at 3 a.m., at 2 a.m. But this friend knows you well. This friend doesn't judge you. She knows all your secrets. But this is the friend that when you say, for example, you're in trouble, you pick up the phone and you call this friend. Do you have one of those friends? Come and be on me.
Wow. Yeah. Do we have any 4 a.m. friends? Becca, is it your husband?
Yes, my husband definitely would at any point bail me out. We have this little tracker on each other because he used to travel in weird places.
Oh,
and the last time he checked on me.
That's another question.
But last time he checked on me, it was the time the chat went on a boat and he wasn't really sure because the message that I sent him before going was, never mind going on boat, was the last thing I wrote to him. And then he was like, I don't know what's happening. And he looks on our little tracker and finds me in the middle of the ocean. That's where my little dot is. So he came to pick us up at, whatever time that we got off. So he is definitely one of those friends, which is why he's my husband. But I think my longest friend, my best friend from high school would also be one of those friends. Her and I have been close since the very first day of high school. We attended university together. We stayed close even though we lived across the country in another country because we went to school in the States. And then we even ended up having one of our two children. We each have two children. One of our two children are born 3 days apart. So,
well, maybe you should have married her. You guys have so much.
We actually do have a little group mommy chat where 4 a.m. is, when our babies were little, exactly the time where the messages would be flowing because someone, two people are feeding their babies. My babies were bigger, but I had learned to wake up at 3 a.m. because I heard one of them breathe harder. So we'd all give advice and chat and commiserate that we were awake at 3 or 4 a.m. So I do have, I think, a couple of those friends, and I'm very lucky for that.
Nice.
How about you, Doris? Oh, you're on mute, my love.
My goodness. Well, I'm very fortunate because I do have a couple of 4 a.m. friends. I would consider my partner, Paul, someone I could call on at 4 a.m. and he would bail me out, although I can't think of what I would need bailing out of.
Hopefully you're asleep, but
the phone with the chat.
My sister too. She's over the years we've become closer and closer, and I can always count on her if anything's needed. She's always at the ready. So I'm grateful.
I just want to go to Geeta one more second. Do you think that spouses and siblings kind of count in this question? When you were reading the article about the 4 a.m. friend, like, is it truly like a friend of yours that's not related per se, or does that matter?
No, they were just referring more to your best friend, someone who would just be there for you, not your partner. Because
if your husband is not your 4 a.m. friend, I think you should get a divorce. Oh, I wouldn't want to wake him. I'm in jail. If you can't actually,
if you're calling your friends before you
let me give you some advice here.
Some
get rid of them.
I agree.
You don't want your husband to know. You're not going to call your husband.
Yeah, well,
There's shit my husband
Well, I
doesn't
have a
know.
few
I don't
friends
want him
like
to
that
know.
too.
There's a lot of shit my husband doesn't know. He ain't my
your
4 a.m. thing.
friend and say, should I tell him or not? What do I do? This is what you need, a 4 a.m. friend.
Yeah, exactly.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. What about if you need your 4 a.m. friend to talk about your husband with?
Yeah, well, maybe you need some advice, or maybe your husband is being an ass, and you need somebody to bounce ideas off of, and where to hide the body.
Judith, you talk a lot about your family and your kids and your husband. So I'm curious to know, do you have a 4 a.m. friend?
Of course, Kathy. I am so blessed with that. I have 3 good friends here in Vancouver, and just listen to Becca. I had 2 really good friends from high school in Mexico. So here in Mexico, I can call them and say, hey, please, I need help. Come, please, help me out. And the good part of that is that these friends that Gita refers are friends that they are not judging, or they are not friends that will give you for you to take, or the other way around. So I think that they're great to find that friends and value them and cater them and really be grateful for them. So I am really blessed for that, and I feel so good. Actually, Gita has been one of my good friends that through the years, sometimes we were out and so, oh, no, don't problem, I will drop you. And that is something really amazing when people offer you and they give you from the heart. It's so valuable. So I love that.
Great. Good. Kimmy, you talked about friends earlier and making connections. Is there anybody on the chat that you're going to be calling at 4 a.m. if you need something?
Kathy,
Well,
Well,
I don't know.
Kathy.
You'll all be happy to know that I have 4 a.m. friends, so I'm sure I could trust you guys to all be there for me.
Oh, of course.
But I don't
Especially put Gita on speed dial, okay? Put Gita on speed dial.
Real money.
yeah, no, I'd say just offhand, I would say aside from my partner, of course, I have 4 friends that I would definitely call 4 a.m. friends. One is my oldest friend from high school, or my bestie from high school. But she lives like 5 hours away from me. One is another friend from school who we lost touch for a long time, and we've gotten back in touch. And I have no doubt that person would not hesitate to be there for me. And I have 2 people that are out of reach and out of the country who would also be there immediately with any need that I had. And I have not physically met either of those 2 people, but I have no doubt that they would be there. So yeah.
With the time zone changes, it might make them more like a 9 a.m. friend, which
Right?
would be more reasonable too. You could call them, and it would be a better time than waking
I
someone
got all
at
the
4
time
a.m.
zones covered and all the
But going back, you might have a number of friends, but you have to have the friend that you could trust with your life. So if you're in a bad situation, that friend, he or she will keep that secret between the 2 of you.
What's the secret,
Like,
Gita?
well, she talked about shovel buddy a long time ago too,
Yeah.
which this is the person that, God forbid something happened, she's taking stuff out of your nightstand, she's scrubbing your phone, like it's all happening, right? So is that friend could be the 4 a.m. friend, or maybe you have a different
Absolutely.
friend. But what do you think? 2 things. What's the trait in a 4 a.m. friend? And what would you guys talk about? Like, what would you, besides bailing you out, God forbid you didn't do a criminal activity, but like, what would you be talking about? Genevieve, what's the trait your 4 a.m. friend would have? Tell
No
us.
kidding why you choose me, because I'm up at 4 a.m., right?
That's true. You don't like, sleeping's for losers.
I think reliability
Well,
would be number
sleeping
one.
for losers. Well, first of all, okay, I don't know which world everybody lives, but my phone, even if I'm up at 4 a.m., my phone is on silence. So most of you guys probably.
So is mine.
My phone is on silence. So even if I'm up, if you call me at 4 a.m., I might eventually call you back 20 minutes later, or if I'm sleeping the next day, but when I'm like, see my phone, somebody will call me, I would be there, but I'm not picking up my phone in the middle of the night. But all this to say that I have some good friend that would pick up their phone if their phone was on, because like everybody, their phone is off. And I find it's a little bit annoying. Like back in the days when you have the big phone and ring, ring, when we were like dialing like this,
You mean your
that's the
landline?
time of the 4 a.m. friends, because their whole family will be up at that
And
time.
if they're not in your phone, it's a CRA scam. You know,
Yeah, so-
you answer the
yeah.
phone, hello, and it's like,
Yeah.
how?
I was gonna-
like.
I was gonna
you're
ask
going to
that
jail
too,
for not
like,
paying your taxes.
my phone's on silent and I always worry about missing my children's calls. That's my thing. But Elena, you like this conversation. You're really getting in there. You have a 4 a.m. friend, and what are you guys going to discuss if you call him or her? Because Gita, this 4 a.m. friend, it can be a guy too, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I just
No,
I
we're
wish
not
it
going
was
to
my
discuss
sister.
cars, Patrick. Sorry. Our producer's being jokey right now. He thinks
Ah,
we're going to
ha, ha,
discuss
very funny.
cars. Okay, go ahead.
No, nobody in my car club is my 4 a.m. friend.
That's true.
I wish my sister was my 4 a.m. friend, but the last time I entrusted my sister with a big secret, she wrote an email to my parents and told them my big secret. So
Oh,
there will be no, yeah, it was
She's
terrible.
out. She's out.
She is not even my 4 p.m. friend at this point. No, I have a couple of friends from high school and university that I think I could rely on. One of them actually just passed away, which was really sad. So, you know, mental health awareness for one of my 4 a.m. friends.
Oh, I thought that was
passed.
somebody in the film industry that passed, but it was a close friend of
No,
yours. I'm
It was
sorry
a close
about
friend
that.
of mine,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
But you know, like people that you could text and be like, "Hey, I'm in a jam." I think I would text my 4 a.m. friend. I don't think I would call them.
Yeah, I
you
think
know?
I'm going to text first and see if they're up. And then I'm
Yeah.
going to try maybe go down a list if they don't respond quick enough.
I really don't. I hope I don't have any emergencies that require me to wake somebody up at 4 a.m. You know, I'll probably just put it on a self-help audiobook and try and wait it out until morning. Call you in the morning.
Yasmin, who are you calling?
4 a.m. friend.
Don't really have one except for my sister. My sister's my go-to.
Oh, that's nice.
I know for my boyfriend, I'm his 4 a.m. call when he can't sleep. Especially when he's out partying and he knows I'm at home sleeping. He'll wake me up, hey, can you come get me? I'm like,
No,
Yeah, that's an
where-
annoying
where
call.
am I
That's not the
driving?
4 a.m.
that's not the
friend.
right call.
I'm like, where am I driving to? Last time he had to
No,
come
no,
get me.
No.
He got into a fight and he had me to come get him, but I was on my way to work. So I'm
Everybody
like,
do
"You bet."
this. Do this.
Yeah, it's not.
We don't like
Go see my
Rodney. We
sister.
don't like Rodney.
Okay, next.
Mother.
How about you, Chiara? We haven't talked to you about it.
I have several 4 a.m. friends, and I am the ultimate 4 a.m. friend because I'm a night owl and I'm usually up, and my phone is never off because I'm always afraid I'm gonna. It's a thing, okay? When my parents were still alive, and my phone would ring constant, so I couldn't have it on silent. So my phone is always on, and but I've had some friends that I was able to call, and we talk about like. For me, it was I was feeling scared in my home. This is before my divorce. So I was able to talk to them because there was no one in my family that I could talk to because no one believed me what I was going through. So my friends were there for me, again, friends. So until this day, we talk about, oh my gosh, do you remember when you called me? And I said, yeah, I do. So yeah, we talked about everything. And no, I can honestly, they have never told on my secrets. They've kept everything cool and never judged. So we all need those kind of friends because they're I don't know. They keep us focused and alive.
Yeah, you're the perfect situation. Like you were not feeling well. You need someone to talk to, and
Yes.
they didn't mind talking to you. You know.
Yeah,
So you were
exactly. Yeah.
Stressful situation.
Yeah.
So
How about
Gita,
you, Anna?
because
Who's your 4 a.m. friend?
Sorry, who are you talking to?
I was just going to say
Anna.
Anna. We haven't heard from Anna yet.
Yeah, we're getting there. Anna.
Oh, are we? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
Wanted to make sure everyone got their-
enjoying everyone's 4 a.m. friend stories. So when you know, in my past, I've had my share of 4 a.m. friends. All different types of friends for whatever purposes I needed them for. They were always there for me. And nowadays, I don't really feel like I need a 4 a.m. friend. You know, I'm not in a situation or situations where I need a 4 a.m. friend. My phone is always on for purposes, from medical purposes, so I can hear alarms and whatnot. So only call me if it's an emergency, please, and I'll be there for you. But yeah, I mean, I've had lots of 4 a.m. friends in my past, but nowadays I don't really feel the need for a 4 a.m. friend. I feel that I can connect to my people on whatever level I need to connect, not at 4 a.m.
From 9 to 5.
From 9 to 5 or 7 a.m. till midnight. I don't know. But
Well,
yeah,
how
I'm in a place in my life where I don't need a 4 a.m. friend, I guess. I don't know.
How about if you're home alone and you wake up? That's happened to me. I'm home alone. The kids are out. They're with their dad or out of friends or whatever. And I'm home alone. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll hear noises. And my mind just like wanders. And I'll pick up the phone and say, I hear noises in my house. Do you think you could stay on the phone while I walk around and make sure everything is okay?
You can call me, but if I were you, I'd probably be doing something else to get my mind off of things.
I remember that call, Kira.
No, but if I hear noises, if I'm hearing noises or footsteps, my mind, like my imagination runs wild. So I phoned and whether it's a guy or a girl, I hear noises. Can you stay on the phone with me? Where are you going? Well, do you want me to come over? No, you don't gotta come over. Just stay on the phone. I'm gonna walk around the house. But
Kira, I remember when you called
up before.
Kira, I remember you calling me at 2:00 in the morning, coming home doing that exact same thing. And I was on the phone with you till God knows what time.
I hear noises.
So Gita, that was your question. Do you have one 4 a.m. friend or several?
Yeah, I have a few.
Yeah.
Well, I could always call the husband, but he says he will never bail me out. So
Yeah, we already know that one, right? Your husband won't be like, don't call me if you get into a fight. Because people,
if you get in trouble, I'm not bailing you out. So
because people
can't answer the phone anyways. No,
people, Gita, people aren't friendly downtown. Who knows what kind of mess you're going to get into? You brat. I'm going to say that I have them too. And I have a shovel buddy as well, which is great for me because God knows how many secrets I have in that dresser of mine. But this has been really delightful tonight. We've had some really good questions. I want to also just quickly throw in there one of our questions, one's just something to think about. We're not going to talk about right now. Do you guys have a sexual curfew? Because we had to talk about that in our room. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Maybe it could be an after hours question another time. So guys, if you have a 4 a.m. friend, tell us about him or her. Hopefully it's not your spouse or your siblings. Maybe it's someone that you really connect with and she knows all your deepest secrets. And I think the main thing about the attribute regarding the 4 a.m. friend is that whatever you tell them at whatever time, they're not judging you and thinking like, oh my gosh, that's horrific, Kathy. How did this happen? Right? Like you need them to have their whole heart with you. So that's sort of my last words.
Good.
Thanks so much for the question, Gita. It was awesome. Okay. Bye guys. Good night.
Bye-bye.
I said it. Good night.